What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another Street Fighter Duel video, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and in today's video, well guys, the first collaboration for Street Fighter Duel, the first large-scale event in Street Fighter Duel period when it comes to the global side of the game, is going to be the Monster Hunter collaboration, and it is bringing along with it Gormagala Ken as well as the Gormagala EX move, and a lot of issues. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into it today and talk about it. But before we go ahead and get into all of that and more, make sure if you guys haven't already done so that you smash that like button and subscribe, and let's just go ahead and talk about it. So when it comes to the Monster Hunter collaboration, this event as a whole has a lot going on in it. However, I want to go ahead and focus on a couple of things in today's video, specifically as it pertains to Gormagala Ken, as well as the issues that have arisen with this collaboration update when it comes to the pay-to-play aspect. So first and foremost, guys, let's take a look at the actual banner that is going to give us Gormagala Ken, but only if we spend money. So when it comes to Gormagala Ken as a whole, this is a good character, a very good character, very strong character. However, this is going to be a character that largely is going to be partially RNG based and also going to be more of a PvP style character, but still going to be very strong for your PvE gains if you were to build him up. The issue with this character that we are going to be having, though, is building him up and getting him in general, because if you take a look at this, you guys, this is going to be your mileage over here to the side. You'll see that one multi, which is going to give you 500 gems. That's pretty nice. The third one will give you the actual Gormagala EX move that we just talked about, which in my opinion is kind of the bigger get with this collaboration in the long run as a whole. That's something that I really was hoping to be able to pick up. That's something I really want from this collaboration, even more so than Ken. And then of course Ken here is going to come your way guaranteed if you do 6 multis. Now, if we take a look at the rates here, you guys are going to notice as well, you can pick him up from doing the multis, of course, as well as fragments for Gormagala. But if we take a look here, Ken is going to actually have a 2.6% rate, which is really nice. That's a nice little amount there for a rate. But the problem is getting the actual currency. These Wyvern tiers are actually going to be very scarce and only going to really be something that you're going to be able to reliably farm or get by paying money. So we're going to take a look at that. But if we go over to the mall, I just want to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about. So if we take a look at the Gormagala shop, you guys are going to see here, remember that 10 of these Wyvern tiers are going to get you a multi. So one multi to them is going to be $10. That is one multi. If we take a look here, if you wanted to do almost, and I say almost because it's only 50 and almost guaranteed Ken, because if you remember, he's on step 6 of the mileage for the actual banner. It's going to cost you $100. And he's not even guaranteed. They couldn't have spotted you the extra 10 there. Like, I almost did I misread it? Like, no, like it's 6, it's on number 6. So yeah, it's at 60 pulls. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that that is a positive thing, because that's just not a positive thing. So if we take a look here, you could actually just go ahead and buy this one for $50 that gives you 30 of them twice, and get for the exact same amount of money. You could get that extra one in there that you were missing from the $100 one. I'm kind of curious why they chose to do that. That's very bizarre. There might be something I'm missing there, but that just seems very weird. So overall, when it comes to getting Gormagala Ken, the character, like I said, as good as he is kind of a pain in the ass and a pain in the pocketbook to actually pull. So good luck to all of you guys out there that are planning on trying to pick him up and buy him. More power to you if he is a character that you love. If you love Ken, if you love Monster Hunter, and you get that combination here in the game and you want to go ahead and play around with him, go for it. But honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of what I'm seeing with some of this. Like, that is not a good look, especially this early on into the game. Now, I'm not shocked. The reason I'm not shocked is because we knew exactly what we were getting into if we paid attention to the CN side. However, they did make changes here. Like, for instance, I'm pretty sure that in the CN side, one multi guaranteed you the Ken. So here we get the gems. There, I believe they got the Ken. And if I could be wrong on that, somebody can correct me in the comment section. But as far as I remember, that was the way that that worked. And that would have been a lot better. I think that it would have been a very smart move if they would have just given everybody Ken for that first one. Even though you can't technically as a free-to-play from what we can math, and I'm sure there's probably going to be things that they do to kind of bump it up a little bit. I don't even believe you can get a free multi free-to-play from doing all the events. Again, very early on, there might be something they change or add or give because of the backlash, but yeah, that's not a good look. So other things in here though, there are positives to this I do want to talk about real quick, and we'll come back to this, but I want to talk about some of the other things here. Now, the chef restaurant, I know I said I wanted to talk about positives, and this is not a positive, but I want to get this out of the way. So there's a couple other things in here, including the chef restaurant. Now, this thing here, you can do this guy here, which will give you just some supplies, which is nice. So this is pretty nice here. But then if we take a look, these purple meats, these actually can be used for these other recipes, and you can actually get Gen at a 2% rate, or an SSS vehicle kit at a 2% rate, which is really good. This is awesome stuff. This is really cool. I really like the pool here. And this one here even is actually pretty good as well. You get some really nice options as far as things that you can get for building up your fighters, including the ever needed breakstones. However, there's a catch. Those purple meats, yeah, you remember back when we were in the mall and we were talking about these limited gift packs and all this other stuff? Yeah, the way that you get these meats is in here. And yeah, you're not even guaranteed anything from pulling on the chef recipe cooking whatever thing, and you're getting this. You're spending this to get a non-guarantee. So yeah, right now, as far as we can tell, there's really no way to grind these either. So overall, the biggest gets from this event on the surface, and I say that because there are going to be things that are positives that I'm about to talk about, but the biggest gets on the surface, which are Gormagala Ken, the EX move, and then of course the things that you can go ahead and craft here from this. Yeah, it's all paywalled, and yeah, not a great look. Not a great look at all. So good on ya, Crunchyroll. I'm sure that I'm gonna wait and hold off my final judgment on this until we see what the response is, because I get the feeling the response on this is going to be something that they're definitely going to give. Like, they're not going to allow the backlash to go on, especially this early on in the game's life cycle, and not address it. But it's really, really, really unfortunate. And yeah, so positives of this event: you can go ahead and use Ken for free for 3 days. I have not claimed him yet, and yes, I would use him specifically in the Gormagala fight for the event, because of course you do get a bonus there. But I want to go ahead and point out, one, I didn't claim him yet because I want to make a little bit of content on him, and I don't have a lot of time to do that today. So I'm going to wait a little bit. So I'm just going to try and maximize the usage I get out of these 3 days on him before I claim him. The other thing I want to point out is if you are having trouble clearing specific content, even though this is a character that is a little bit better in PvP than he is PvE, go ahead and pick him up and help yourself try to clear some content, especially if you're lower level. Maybe you lack a lot of really good fighters. Maybe you're brand new. Go ahead and pick him up. Use it to clear things that you're stuck on. So I would be kind of sparse and picky of when I claim him, just to get the full usage out of him. Maybe since we're getting close to the weekend and this is going on for 13 days anyway, you hold off until the weekend when you have more time. I don't know your schedule. I don't want to know your schedule. Don't post it in the comment section. No one wants to know your schedule. But just go ahead and use him that way, and that's probably going to be the best bet. But do keep in mind, in the actual hunt, you are going to be able to deploy Gormagala Ken to increase the damage dealt by all your fighters by 25%. And this is going to be something very important for your overall gains. The server needs to go ahead and clear him down in order to be able to pick up some of these items and to get some of this stuff. As you guys can see here, my server ranking currently is 4th, so that's me down there. Overall, pretty much where I'm normally at in my server, around 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere in between there on any given event, so yay me. But with that being said, other things that are positives here that I really want to talk about because they are big positives is this part right here. So this right here, kind of like the tarot event, is going to be able to give you and yield you a lot of really nice items. Unfortunately, there's not any real break stones in here. Unfortunately, that's kind of crappy. I mean, you get these here, but we were spoiled by that tarot event. They gave us far more than this, but it's still very nice. There is a max limit on how many you can get, but break stones are very important. And overall, you can get things like tokens and other items in here, including fighters. And for me, this is a big one because I've never pulled him, and I don't know how. I want B. Zangief so bad, and I just can't get him. I don't know what's going on, but someone help me. But I'm also building Dulcim and Elena, so this is pretty nice. I'm gonna focus on items though and resources, like always. Resources, resources, resources. I've said it a million times. If you are a free to play, if you are a minnow, a dolphin, resources, resources, resources are the way to go, and you will not be disappointed. This is in my opinion one of the best parts of this whole thing. Hands down, bar none, definitely one of my favorite parts of this whole thing. So this right here, definite value. Go ahead and pick up some items you need. I feel like this is going to be where this event really shines. You can play the Shadaloo invasion right now. There's going to be kind of like in my other game that I play, we call them the Rush Dungeon, but basically there's going to be 3 different chapters of this that you're going to be able to play through. So you're only going to be able to play through this red one right now, base area 1, and then if you go in here, you're going to have just kind of your usual setup, kind of like with your exploration, where you go in, you fight a wave, you pick up a box, etc., and these teleport you all the way back to the beginning here. And this guy over here, I get the feeling we're not going to be able to get any of this stuff until later. So yeah, there's that, but right now you can pick up some items, so that is nice. This part is fun, it is rewarding. There are some good little rewards in there, so that's really good. Make sure you guys do that. Other things in here, you do have missions, so if you take a look through here, you'll have these guys here, you'll have achievements, etc., so that's nice. But of course the big thing is going to be hunting Gormagala himself. So basically with this, like I said, you are going to have different rewards that you can pick up. You're going to have 5 clears a day. You are going to be able to go in here and notice that there are going to be different items that you can get dropped for challenging him, but you are going to have to pick one, and there are going to be different downsides to each one. So as you guys can see here, there are going to be different debuffs applied to you, or different buffs applied for the boss, depending on how you want to look at it. Either way though, same difference. You are going to be able to go in here and you're going to be able to do this. So I'm going to jump in here real quick. I'll just go ahead and show you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and why not? We're just going to go ahead and we're just going to go with brute force on this one. Why not? Who cares? Who cares at this point? Let's just go ahead and try it out. All right, so I don't really know at this point, without having Gormagala actually on the team, if there is going to be a best practice for this. Single target attacks would probably be the way to go. I would definitely assume just nuking and going with your single target fighters, whoever you have that can do really good damage, is going to be the way to go. But overall, this event is kind of a wet fart for a lot of people, and I don't blame them for being mad about it. I really, really don't. Like, overall, this is something that we had kind of seen coming, like I said, so I'm not going to get, like, super bent out of shape about it, because I did expect this to happen, and at the end of the day, they're going to want to make their money somewhere. This game had been being way too friendly with everybody recently for it to not just go ahead and pull one over on us eventually. So it is what it is, although I'm really not happy about it because it kind of sucks, especially considering the fact that I do feel like everybody should have been able to get a character for free, at least one copy, because let's face it, it's pretty expensive. Yeah, I was doing much better damage with my other lineup earlier. We're going to switch back to that later, but yeah, we're just testing things, playing around with things right now, to be honest with you guys. So overall, that's pretty much what I'm feeling about this event. I'm not really necessarily the happiest with it, but I do feel like there are definite benefits to this event. It's just going to come down to how you looked at it in the beginning. Like, if you were set on Gormagala Ken and that was like the one thing that was really drawing you to this event, then you're going to be nothing but disappointed. Unless you're somebody willing to spend money, but it is what it is at this point. If this was Devil May Cry for me, I would be like furious. So I get it if you're a huge fan of Monster Hunter or this Ken or whatever the case may be. But you know, at the end of the day, it's been a few hours. There's been a lot already said about this, and a lot of people already pretty upset about it. So at the end of all of this, I do think that there will be compensation. I do think that there will be something addressed. I do think that they will probably bend the knee to the complaining. But at the same time, not a good look. Not a good look. So yeah, guys, big takeaways here. Claim him when you have the most time to use him. Use him to clear content that you have hard times with, or having a hard time with, or stuck on. Because if you have a roster that he improves upon, then you could probably clear that. This thing here, sad. But this here, right here, is my opinion, like the shining light out of all of it. Is it anything that's going to be earth-shattering amazing or better than what we've had before? No. But it's still nice. So yeah, there's more to this update, like I said, but that's kind of the stuff I wanted to focus on today because yeah, this is kind of an unfortunate situation. How unfortunate. Anyway, that's my poor Five Nights at Freddy's impersonation. So we're just gonna get out of here. But anyway, you guys, let me know your opinion in the comments section on all this stuff. I'm kind of bummed by it, but at the same time, like I said, I'd be more mad about it if I didn't expect it. So yeah, there's that. Like, why do they have to fiddle with stuff? Just give us at least something pretty. We're not that hard to please, are we? We probably are. I've seen some of your comments. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Let me know your opinions on all this in the comments section down below. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out. And until the next one, good luck if you are summoning, because I would hate to see you spend money on this banner and not be able to get at least anything good. So hopefully you get something good out of there. But anyway, you guys, you all take care. Peace.